What's happening, YouTube? Golf Ball Whacker Guy, and in today's video we're gonna go through my updated tech build. As you guys know, season 2 of the Clubhouse Pass has dropped, therefore we have to rebuild what we have already built up. Ladies and gentlemen, there is lots to go through, so I'm going to give you guys some insight into my new build, what I've done with my tributes, what I've done with my fittings. So ain't nothing to it but to get into it. Roll the intro, man.
Alright. Thanks, man. Tell your friends.
All right, ladies and gents, here we are on the attributes page. This is my current build's attributes. Feel free to take a screenshot for future reference.
This is good because I could barely read, so I like looking at pictures better, you know?
First things first, we'll go over why I attributed what attributes to where, and then we will get into the skill tree, and then we will look at my fittings. So first things first, I went with full power. 67 is the max power you can acquire for a stock technician. You can see we have taken a hit in the contact. We only have a 75 contact because we have bumped all of our tribute points into power. We will make up for the 75 contact with fittings, which you guys will see later. I went with full power because I just want as much power as humanly possible. I am a testosterone driven male.
I'm a man.
I want as much juice as I can get. So you can see that's going to give us a 294 carry on our driver with our current fittings, which you guys will see in a minute. Now, this isn't to say you can't have lesser power and still get just as good as results. I just want the most power possible because I just want to be able to hit the ball a long way, okay? So don't judge me on that, all right? If we move into swing path and correction, I have utilized all of my attribute points into swing path because I do not think correction is valuable at all.
You're about as useful as a cock-flavored lollipop.
If you've learned to swing with the diagonal bias, you're not going to have really a very difficult time swinging with maybe a bias that is a little bit more tilted than, say, a little bit straighter up and down. So I don't have a problem hitting my points with 67 correction. So I've utilized all the points into the swing path, which, as we all know, is one of the most important aspects of your tributes. So yeah. If we run into shaping and recovery, again, I've utilized all my points into shaping because I don't think the recovery attribute is really valuable as well. I guess if you spend a lot of time in the bushes, you know, in the rough, maybe the recovery, you want your recovery higher, but I'm not spending a whole lot of time in really funky situations, so I don't think I needed to waste any of my points in recovery. So they're all in shaping because I want to be able to shape the ball when I need to shape the ball. And if you have a low shaping attribute, you're not going to be able to bend the ball as much. You're not going to be able to do as much with the ball when you want to be able to do something with the ball. So that is why I have put all my points into shaping and nothing in recovery. So basically these first 3 sections, I have put everything into the left hand side of the screen, and then I've given nothing to the right hand side of the screen. So going into rhythm and transition, this is where things get a little different for my build. With the new season 2 Clubhouse Pass update, they have made it where the transition, which is where you start your downswing, is way harder to hit your partial shots. So Before the update, there used to be like kind of like a sticking point, and it was really easy to hit partial shots. You know, you didn't really even have to think about it, but since they made this update, now it is really easy to either overswing or underswing. More so, you're going to be underswinging your partial shots. So I figured I would put as much as I could into transition to try to give myself to offset, you know, that little change. So I've put basically all my points into transition. I put a little bit into rhythm just to get it to an even number, 60. Again, I don't think rhythm is really important either, unless you're hitting like a red rhythm with your driver, irons, whatever, and that's gonna seriously affect your yardage. But if you're hitting a gray rhythm, you're not really getting any significant losses of yardage or anything like that. So I don't think putting a bunch of points into rhythm was as important now after the Season 2 Clubhouse Pass update. So it's all in transition. All right, so putt weights and putt contact. I've put nothing into putt weight because, again, I just don't think it's really important. You're either going to hit your putt weight or you're not. You know, I don't think putting points into putt weight's really advantageous. So I put them all into putt contact, because putt contact, as we know, is your little white bars. More putt contact attribute points means bigger bars. So that's going to give us the ability to hopefully hit perfects with our putt line. And then putt rhythm and putt path, I put a couple points into putt rhythm, and then when you look at my fittings, you're going to see that I've made up for the rhythm aspect with fittings. And then putt path, I've put the significant amount of the rest of them into putt path, again, just because it makes our points bigger, gives us a better opportunity to hit perfect putts. So that is what the new attributes look like, guys. Only really a small change from, you know, my previous build. The only thing that is really different is these two here. So let's get into the skill tree, shall we? Cool. So guys, here we are in the skill tree. We'll run down what we got with the skill tree. Again, I've not changed anything since my previous build video. But since we're doing this video, I guess I'll just run through what we're working with in the skill tree. So basically, you got your basic tee shot here. You're always going to want to build off of the contact and swing path proficiency boost. That's going to make your bars bigger. You want to make your bars bigger so you can hit them perfects and sizzle that little white golf ball. So make sure when you're building your skills, you're getting the contact and swing path proficiency boost on those. So we're building through into the stinger here, which is, of course, a really valuable shot in terms of keeping the ball low under the wind. It's also good if you want to play like a shot that you want to run out quite a bit. So, you know, it's only usable off the tee. So, I mean, really it's for high winds. So I've utilized the contact and swing path proficiency boosts again to make the bars bigger. And then we have built into the power drive here, which is just something I cannot go without. You guys heard me say in the previous that I want as much power as possible. So that being said, why would I not want the power drive, right? We all want to just mash the golf ball. We want to hit 400-yard drives. We want to hit the long ball, man. They say chicks dig the long ball. So we got the power drive to do just that, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, what? Come on. Yeah, what? Come on. Here we go.
I've got the contact swing path proficiency boost again, just to make the bars bigger, give us a better chance of hitting those points and hitting that perfect sizzle. Okay, so if we move into the approach skill tree, Again, you got your basic approach shot. Make sure you get your contact and swing path proficiency boosts checked because you're going to need them. Make them bars bigger. I'll keep saying that for you guys just to drill it into you.
Yes, drill sergeant!
So we've built over here through the choked approach shot. I have not utilized the swing path proficiency. God damn, speak, man, speak. Speak, Toto, speak.
Do you speak any English?
So yeah, I've not utilized the swing path proficiency boost or the contact because although the choked approach shot is somewhat of a valuable shot, I don't typically use it very much. So I've saved my 16 points to utilize somewhere else. So we build through into the driver off the deck. This is a big one, guys. If you're playing competitively, you're playing at the top level, the courses are longer, you're going to need a driver off the deck to get home in 2 on a lot of the longer par 5s. So really valuable shot to have, driver off the deck. Again, I've utilized the contact proficiency boost and swing path to make the bars bigger, give us a better chance of hitting those perfects. And then if we roll over to the other side, this is going to be your basic pitch shot. So make sure you check the contact proficiency boost and swing path proficiency boost because you're going to be hitting a pitch shot, I would say, pretty regularly. So you're going to want to have those bars as big as possible. And then we've built through the runner. The runner is really not really a very valuable shot. I have not spent any points on either of the contact or swing path points because I'm just never going to use the runner. So again, that would be a big waste of 16 points, as you can see. So basically we're building through to get to the spinner, which is going to be a shot everybody's going to be using pretty regularly. You're going to want this shot from about 50 yards to about 60 yards. And it's a super valuable shot that is going to allow you basically to one hop stop a shot on a dime. So
You're goddamn right.
we have built the contact and then of course the swing path to make the points bigger and give ourselves a better chance of hitting those perfect shots. So if we roll into recovery now, you're going to have a basic punch shot here. Again, contact and swing path have been checked. Give ourselves a better chance of hitting them points. Now, for whatever reason, you cannot hit a punch shot out of the fairway that I'm aware of, unless I'm missing something. So that to me is kind of crazy. Why that is not a thing, I do not know, but apparently only you can hit a punch shot out of the rough. So I think that should be something that should be changed, but I don't know, maybe the development team will see this video and maybe they'll make the change because I'm like a super important YouTuber dude, man.
I'm special!
So if we roll to the other side, we got a basic flop shot. Again, this is a really valuable shot. You're going to be using it quite often. Make sure you check the contact and swing path here to make the boxes bigger, make your life easier. We're building through into the super flop, which is one of the most overpowered shots in the game. This shot can really kind of get you out of trouble on really fast and firm conditions. So you're going to want to have the super flop, in my opinion. Again, we've utilized the contact and swing path proficiency boost to make the bars bigger. Give yourself a better chance hitting them perfects. All right, so if we roll into our bunker skill tree, we have a basic splash shot. Again, make sure you get that contact and swing path checked off to give yourself a better chance of hitting a good splash shot. So you see over here, there's a power pick or a blast shot. Now we could have went either way to get to the pick shot, which is one of the best shots in the game. I chose to go with the blast shot because I've never, in the time I've played this game, I've never really ever hit a power pick. So I just don't really think I needed it. Whereas with the blast shot, yes, you're not going to really use this shot much, but there is scenarios where it can come into play. So for instance, I'll give you a scenario where the blast shot will come into play. If you look at that little graphic there, that's a perfect example. You have a lot of green to work with, and let's say you have an uphill slope. You got a lot of green to work with an uphill slope. That is a great shot where the blast would come in handy, because let's say you hit the pick shot and you come up short with that pick shot. What's going to happen? It's not going to run for you. You have no real safety net to that pick shot. Whereas if you hit the blast shot and you don't hit it like you think you're going to hit it, you don't nut it, it's still going to have the opportunity to release and get up the slope for you. So I guess there's just more room for error on a shot like that. So we built through and right into the pick. And again, like I said, the pick is one of the most valuable shots in the game, simply because we're going to find greenside bunkers quite often. We're going to be short-sided with pins, and the pick shot, you can just throw it up soft and stop it quick. So the splash shot is going to release on you. So yeah, the pick is like a soft, you know, it's like throwing an egg onto a pillow. It's gonna stop softer.
What is that, velvet?
So you can see here also with the blast, I didn't waste any points on the swing path or the contact, because really, although it's there to use in like rare scenarios, you're not going to be using it a lot, so there's no reason to waste points there. So and then yeah, so if we roll into our green skill tree, you have a basic chip shot. We're going to be using that all the time, so this, you damn well better make sure you have that contact and swing path proficiency boost checked off, because you're gonna be hitting a lot of chip shots in the game. So make sure you got that. And we're building all the way into the green reader. So I chose to go this way instead of going to here. You can see we could have chose from the lag putt or the bump and run. Now I chose the bump and run over the lag putt because I can hit a lag putt with my regular putter, so it's absolutely worthless. Whereas the bump and run, yes, you're not really going to use it often, but like I said on the last with the running shot out of the bunker, I forget what it's called, but this is like the same thing. There may be a scenario where you want to hit a 7-iron bump and run, you know? So why not just have it there just in case? You have the points to, and you have to go one way or the other to get to the green reader. So this is just the way I chose to do it. You guys, you know, you can feel free to do however you see fit. This is just how I see fit. So we're, like I said, we're building through to get to the green reader skill. So we have to go through the Texas wedge. You know, that's a fun little shot, but it's not something you're ever going to use. So we've not wasted any points. We've just built through it to get to the green reader, which, as you guys may or may not know, it makes the green grid smaller based on how many of these you spend points on. So I've spent points on 3 because it's gotten it to a size that I like, that's visually appealing to my eyes. So I had tried it with 4, and it's just a little too small for my liking. So I chose to save that last 8 points and then just go with the 3. So again, it's all personal preference. Some guys Some guys, they might just go with 1 or 2 because it's closer to the 2K23 green grids, but I like using 3 because I think it gives me a good visual and it gives me more information. So yeah, that is the green skill tree. And last but not least, we roll into the Clubhouse Pass skill tree. Season 1, you guys can see, was the tie spinner. Fun little shot, has its place. Everybody loves to use it. So you don't have to spend any points with this. You just got to unlock it through playing the Clubhouse Pass stuff. And then if we roll into Season 2's special shot, we have the long flop, ladies and gentlemen. So the long flop is going to basically mirror what a pitch shot was like in 2K23. So if you played 2K23, you know that a pitch shot spun more, landed softer than like a full like wedge shot, which was, it was strange. It was strange that you could spin a pitch shot way more than like a fully hit wedge, like at 100%. It's crazy, but nonetheless, apparently that's what it's going to be like. I haven't tested it out yet. Again, you can see I have not unlocked it yet. It requires a tier of 25 at this Season 2 of the Clubhouse Pass, so I can't give you guys like any insight into it. I've just heard about it and heard that it's like the pitch in 2K23, so we'll just have to wait and see. But nonetheless, ladies and gentlemen, that is what we're rolling with our skill tree. Nothing has changed. Just figured I'd give you guys a rundown because we're making the video all over again. Let's get into the fittings, man. Let's get into the nitty gritty. That's what you're here for. All right, ladies and gentlemen, last but not least, here we are in my golf bag. As you guys can see here, we have everything leveled right up to amethyst. With Season 2, we have 2 new flights of fittings. That is going to be ruby and amethyst. So if we go back to the start of the game, of course you start with a stock, and then it goes to emerald. From emerald it goes to sapphire. From sapphire it has now gone to ruby, and from ruby it has gone to amethyst. So that goes from +2, +3, +4 to +5 to what we are sitting at here with the purple amethyst +6. I have my new Callaway Elites driver right leveled up to the amethyst. You can see there. Before we go look at my fittings, basically guys, if you have 0 level up tokens or 0 evo tools to get, and this is to say you're already leveled up to sapphire and you want to level up from ruby to amethyst, you're going to need, I believe, about, if you have 0 tokens, 0 evo tools, you're going to need 60 level up tokens, and you're going to need, I believe, 18 evo tools. And that is to get your driver all the way to, say, your golf ball evoed right up to the amethyst. And that's if you're already at sapphire, ready to evo. So
What you gonna do, Jerry? Show me the money!
yeah, so let's hop into my driver. I'll give you a quick look at the fittings. Again, I'm running all power fittings, guys. Power is king in the modern golf game. Power is king in golf in general. The more power you have, the more you have the opportunity to overpower a course. So with that being said, I have utilized 5 power fittings on my driver. You can see that gives us 294 carry on the driver. Prior sapphire, we were at 292. So you guys might be thinking, well, why have you only got 2 more yards when now you're at +6? So what they have done to stop people from getting too much power too quickly.
Guess who's back? Back again. Trump is back. Tell a friend. Guess who's back? 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 Guess who's back?
have made it so when you stack fittings like this, like I have 5 power fittings, you're not going to get +6 out of every fitting, guys. So I believe it goes, the first fitting you have is going to be +6, and then it's going to go down from, I think, +6, +5, +4, +4, +4, I believe. I believe that's how it goes. I could be wrong. I could be slightly off there, but you're no longer able to, you know, utilize all power fittings at this level. That's how they've made it so you can't get too much power too quickly until we get into later seasons. So yeah, 5 power fittings gives us 294 carry, gives us lots of juice, lots of power. And yeah, I figured, yes, I'm only getting 2 more yards, but you know, that 2 yards could be beneficial, right? Could be very beneficial. So again, I just want as much power as possible. You guys can switch things up. Maybe you want to utilize a couple power, couple contact. Like I could put, you know, some contact fittings on here, but then I'm going to lose a significant amount of power. So I have no real problem hitting my points with a 75 contact on my driver. So I see fit to just have power fittings. So that's what we're rolling with the driver. If we roll into the 3-wood, I am still rocking the old TaylorMade SIM. Got it leveled right up to the amethyst. And again, I'm utilizing all 5 power fittings because it's giving me a 263 carry, guys. So again, when you're playing at the top level, you want your longer clubs to be long, man. Like your driver, your 3-wood, those are huge for long par 5s, for short par 4s even, right? So the more power, the more opportunity to like make eagles and shit, right? So 5 power fittings gives us a 263 carry and every opportunity to get home in 2. All right, so if we roll now into our irons, again, we're rolling with the TaylorMade SIM. I just like the look of these clubs. I mean, some of the blades are pretty cool looking. I just didn't want to spend more on, you know, having to go from the start all the way up. I had the TaylorMade SIM irons at Sapphire, so I'm like, there is no way I'm going back and spending a bunch of the VC that I got to level things up, and I'm not going to play. I don't have the time to play it to level them up that way. So yeah, we're rocking with the TaylorMade SIM. If we roll into the fittings, what I'm utilizing here is going to be 4 contact fittings and 1 swing path fitting. So you can see there our swing path is maxed out at 99 and our contact is at 95. So like I said, when we were going through the tribute points, we were sacrificing contact for having our power maxed out, but we were going to make up for it with fittings, and you can see here we've made up for it with fittings. I mean, we're not maxed out on contact, but I think 95 is just more than enough to give us nice thick bars to hit them perfect. So for whatever reason, when you're stacking contact fittings, I believe you're still getting the +6. So I think the nerf in stacking power fittings is only for power. I could be wrong though, guys. If I'm wrong about that, feel free to point it out in the comments, because when I went through and did this, I wasn't really paying attention to what was happening on the screen. I did it real quick. I knew what I wanted to do, and then I was like, when I was done, I thought to myself, what the hell, what happened here? Why don't I have more power? And then yeah, I believe I watched a Makachata video and he pointed that out, and I was like, whoa, what the fuck? So yeah, anyways guys, that's what we're rolling with. I no longer have 1 power fitting because I don't know, I may or may not go back to having one power fitting and then the swing path and the contact, you know, 2 and 2. But right now, I think I have a pretty good gappage in clubs. It's still a 10-yard gap, which I like to see for my mid to low irons. And yeah, we'll see how things play out. But that's what we're looking like at the moment for our irons. And if we roll into our wedges, which are our Titleist Vokey wedges, beautiful wedges, by the way, it's going to be exactly the same as our irons, right? So we're utilizing 4 contact and 1 swing path. Gets us to a 99 swing path, 95 contact. And really, it's those bars are quite wide. Like if you're playing well, you have like you're not missing those bars because they are so wide. So that, my friends, is what my bag looks like. Oh, and putter. Sorry, putter. We'll look at putter real quick here. We are rolling with the Odyssey AI1 putter. I went with this putter because it is the only putter in the game that I'm aware of that actually sits on the ground semi-flat and looks like how a putter would actually look like sitting on the ground when you're addressing a ball, right? A lot of the other putters, for whatever reason, the character animation, it's not great. And it's been like that for a handful of games now, and I don't know why they have not like fixed that, or if they even know it's a problem. But it definitely looks funky on a lot of the clubs, and a putter should sit flat on the ground, you know? So Odyssey AI1 putter, and we are rolling with 4 rhythm fittings, guys. If you remember, I said I put like maybe a couple points into putt rhythm in our tribute points. It was because we were going to be utilizing all putt fittings on our putter. So yeah, that's what we're rolling with, guys. Hopefully, you know, that's been of help. And the ball is evoed right up to Amethyst as well. For those of you out there who play ranks, I guess it's a good thing to have a juiced up ball. I'm using a flight ball. If you're gonna juice up a ball, you use a flight ball. It's gonna give you more distance. But yeah, hopefully this has been insightful, ladies and gentlemen. If you got any value from the video, make sure you like the video for me. It goes a long way into pushing the video into the algorithm. Consider subscribing if you're new, and click the bell for notifications. You'll never miss another time I upload. So until I see ya, if you can be anything in life, be kind. Peace.
You eat pieces of shit for breakfast?
No.